Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the conclusion of the 2023 Straddle The Brazos, brought to you guys by Dynamic Discs. This coverage brought to you guys by Lone Star Discs. I'm Luke Humphries in the booth with Nate Perkins. It's a great man to have when you're at the Beast. How we doing, Nate?
I'm so excited to watch this back nine here. These holes are so much fun, and we've all grown to love them watching our favorite players play on the Pro Tour.
100%, man. Drama abounds in these woods. There's something special about this place. It just makes for dramatic finishes.
A lot of really short technical par threes and some short and technical par fours. Here we go, hole 10. It's only 273 feet. That surprises me even reading it.
Yeah.
It plays a little longer. It's slightly uphill, and there's a couple different tiers. This basket is up on the top tier, and a good play is to kind of hit something into that hill right before the basket and kind of skid it up there. We see a lot of putter and mid-range shots, and then a few forehands thrown into this hillside.
Yeah, I'd say it's mostly backhands, but you've been playing this place long enough to know that it can be a forehand. Looks like you stayed out. That'll be a long putt. Just a little high.
Yeah, I got the nose up for sure. Kind of slipped forward on that front foot. And Emerson's throwing the Frio, which is going to be one of his signature discs from Lone Star. And look at that flight, Luke.
Such a pretty move.
Yeah, I love his release right now. He's throwing Anheuser into a flat shot with a neutral fairway.
Beautiful shot from Chris. That's how you do it. Slide it up. And you can't see it, but he's inside the circle. That's what we're talking about.
And Chris is recently on mint discs as well,
I
right?
believe so. So he's still figuring out his bag. That was a very quick move into it. He's got the under the arm backhand, which I'm sure that he'll, tweak a little bit as he figures things out. I was there once. It was probably 980 too when I was doing it.
The Bobby music.
Yeah. It feels like a bit of a waste of energy, and it can work. We'll see if he keeps doing it. Long bid from you. Here we've got a birdie bid from right about circle's edge. Consistent with what we saw on that front nine. Chris just slightly off today. That looked easy.
I mean, even from that distance, though, is it
It's
just me, or is that still really hard? Is that a hard putt? He's just slamming that blue bonnet in there, and it really, he's a good example, Luke, of how putting is really just about the confidence. It's not how you're doing it. It's not how you're getting that disc to spin.
No,
it's
100%.
It's that you believe that the way you're doing it, you're going to make it on that
right
putt.
Because it's not one method. There's not one way to do it. This is a great hole, man. It's only 278. Very defined fairway. I love it because it's a forehand hole for me, but a backhand can work great. Land this thing about circle's edge and just let it slide down. You can overjuice it and go long, which brings in these low-hanging branches and a tricky putt. It's a chupacabra from Emerson.
And there's that same release, Luke, that just baby Anheuser angle to flat, and that is the perfect speed control with that 9-speed overstable chupacabra.
Dude, gorgeous. That is amazing.
And I'm just so happy to be here. Emerson is one of my good friends. Emerson, myself, and Luke Humphries played so many cash rounds together. It was integral to all three of us being able to compete on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. And so to be here playing with Emerson on a lead card, and to have you coming down with GK Pro, it's like I was just cheesing Luke.
Yeah, I feel you, man. This was hanging out with my favorite Texas homies for a day, and it's really fun.
And a bit of a misfire from Mickey, but it gets a little flare skip and makes that approach
way
easy.
easier.
Yeah, if you're up on this hill, it can actually get really tricky to control the speed and make the gap.
Nicely done from Chris, showing he does have that forehand as well when he needs it. It's a pretty good long bid from Mickey. Yeah, we didn't mention that beautiful shot of yours. High, straight down the middle of the fairway, landing right there. Nice birdie from you. Gaining some momentum now. As is this man right here, tapping in another birdie. Getting 4 strokes on the card now. At this point, he's really battling with chase card. He's got Chandler and Luke Sampson on his tail. We saw the shots from them on this hole, Nate. What are the challenges it presents?
Well, it's a really short par 4, and as you said, Chandler Kramer threw that forehand and really attacked this one for eagle, and Emerson has taken a 2 on this hole a few times in competition, but the wind today was a little bit from the north, so it was left to right on this hole, making that forehand really difficult. And as we were walking up, I was wondering if Emerson was still going to try and get that forehand out there.
Yeah, so that's that shot we saw from Luke. Straight down the pipe.
That was just pure.
Turns away early.
Yeah, so this forehand that Chandler's throwing right here, if he puts too much angle on it, that left to right is just going to slam it, and not enough, and it's going to hyzer off into the woods. And he is displaying...
Dude, he's so good at that.
Why he finished 5th at a major in Europe in 2022, and why he's 1020 rated, and he does not throw a backhand, guys. He's continued to impress me over the last 12 months, and I'm really interested to see how he kind of works on his game, what he brings to the table in 2023.
As am I. Luke Sampson parked for his birdie. That's terrible filming by myself for Chandler's eagle putt, but he'll be dropping in a birdie as well. And he is going with the forehand, Nate.
It's somewhat surprising. This is a pretty tough win to execute this. He's going bayonet.
Overturned, and that is a tricky place to be.
Yeah, you could kind of see when, as soon as it got on Annie, that wind just kind of got on top of that wing and just kind of drug it out there. And like you said, it's a pretty difficult spot. And
you've accessed this green many a time with your forehand, but after seeing what he did, knowing the wind, you choose to go backhand, and it straightens out a little bit on you.
Yeah, it's a pretty routine backhand shot, but yeah, just straightened it out. And once you're out of position on this hole, it's hard to really do anything about it because of how small the entrance to the green is.
Great shot from Chris. Without a forehand, that could be a tricky spot, though. We'll see if he goes backhand still. And that's a beautiful shot from Mickey. That's how you do it. You throw a stable disc at the bush and let it fade off. Landing on that right side really makes that approach easier.
It didn't have too much from out there.
No. You're trying to play to the bottom maybe and get a putt back up. Got a soft bid from there.
This is a really fun hole to try and throw in because you have that kind of gentle backstop.
You usually see a couple people do it a year on tour, and many more come close. Okay. Stable disc. Yeah, all right. He was in a better position than I thought. Great hole. Long bid from you. Wow. Just a little standstill spinner.
That was a fun shot to try and throw in.
Yeah.
I've really been working on those shots.
Trying to get a little tight with it.
Do you know what the blue bot is? It beadless? He likes those beadless putters, right?
He typically does, yeah.
Ooh, dances off the rim.
And choosing to get aggressive, not paying off for Emerson there. His closest competitor on the card, though. Not the easiest birdie putt right here. We've seen that a couple times from Mickey, just a little, maybe tentative on it, just not the strong, confident bid that you see from Emerson right there. I mean, I guess you ask yourself, do I think I'm going to make it? If the answer is yes, then fire it.
Yeah.
Unique hole to the BEast here. 216 feet down this narrow hallway. You're presented with all kinds of challenges and difficulties here at the BEast, and this one is special, Nate.
I think it's the shortest hole on the Disc Golf Pro Tour at 216 feet, and you need to hit a tiny gap, and you need to control the speed at the end of the flight because of this little hill. It's easy to pure it and not have a putt. And what's that? Is that gap 6 feet across, Luke?
Yeah, not much more. And this
Almost.
nearly went in the basket.
That didn't look like a speed control shot at all. It looked like he just threw a fastball.
It actually it
Are we
makes a
zooming in on
tree,
Chandler Kramer's head right now? This is awesome. Oh no! And Chandler.
That is
Okay.
the worst place to go on this hole.
But can I just pick? I just want to pick it apart. Why are we running into a 216-foot shot? I know that we have a routine and everything, but why are we running into it?
It definitely.
Sorry.
It seems.
I'm
to
sorry,
make
Chandler.
It makes it more complicated. It has
Yeah.
to. More moving parts.
All right, and that
Yeah, it means that we have a new leader in the clubhouse.
he's shooting fire right now.
He is one hole ahead. So if Emerson birdies this, he would be on pace with Luke Sampson. But at the moment, Luke Sampson 19 under, 1 stroke lead over Emerson.
Oh, that looks pure.
That's a good place to be.
It's a little help right there.
It really is help. Yeah. So unless he throws that thing in, he'll go to the next hole, 1 stroke back. Nate, you've probably played this every single way possible, as many times as you've played it.
It's a tricky hole. It's really tough.
Ooh.
The gap is so tiny. That was an interesting little reaction. It's only 18 feet away, but it's just so obstructed up in there, and there's smilax thorns digging into you when you're getting down to your disc. And if you guys haven't played golf in Texas, it's definitely a little bit more blood involved.
It's well said. That, okay, fortunate to just stop right there. Very well. Could have rolled down. Not one you get aggressive on. It's a good layup from Mickey.
There's a good look at those thorns that
Gross, man.
they're just everywhere here,
Yeah.
and it's just enough of obstruction to pull that putt right.
Yeah, right. It's just like a little wrist pop, maybe. Looked like all you had. Oh, Chris. Seemed to think it was just fine. Hard to tell from our angle.
And he's had a tough day kind of start feeling for your card mates at a certain point when they, you know that they're not really settled, they're not really playing up to their potential.
Yeah, it's hard to not let it affect you, but the champs, best in our game, definitely do. Get over it.
Emerson has checked the scores at this point, and he knows that Luke is one stroke ahead of him, and he knows just how important this tee shot here is on the 14th and the next few to come right after.
We've got 5 holes to play, and 2 of them will be the deciding factor of this tournament.
Yeah, this is probably one of the signature holes of the woods here. It used to be a par 5. We've had several trees go down over the years, and it does play like a true par 4, but that tee shot is just so demanding. You have like a 3-foot gap on the left, a 5-foot gap on the right, and it's 320 to the bowl.
And you're throwing slightly downhill. This was laced from Luke Sampson. Caught the last late middle trees, but kicks left into the open, giving himself an opportunity to get up and down for that birdie.
Oh, that was close to pure. That was kind of flipping up.
Yep. Just minorly early released.
That's a really technical shot to attempt, though. Forehand up the right side.
Completely. Luke just needing a little flippier disc is what he said after that. And then Chandler ends up third shot here from these woods, trying to go high over the next tee box, Perkins. Crazy. And
wow,
pulls
executes it.
Yeah, give himself a 35-footer. Just a little chip shot layup. Luke Sampson secures his par. He'll stay at 19. This is Chandler to stay at 17, his par attempt.
This is for...
Yeah, it was
his 4, okay.
Yeah. So he'll bogey that one. Mickey up first on the tee, a little early. What does it do? Looks like it sits pretty well. A lot of hole left to play for him. Chris had the proper flight. That one just started out a little left, and he gets a terrible kick in there.
Here's that Frio again.
Okay. So pure. Too pure.
Yeah, pushes up that hill just a bit.
Literally too pure. Ooh, no you did not. With your signature night strike to dead center.
Peered it, Luke.
That's what we call on bob.
Yeah, it was a joy to watch it fly all the way down the fairway.
Wow. Oh. He was getting a little greedy, though, honestly. If that flexed out, that was perfect position, but I don't know if he should have really gone for all of that. That's a forehand roller there from... Wow, Chris Harris, look at... Oh, no.
Oh, that was impressive. That was making it to the gap. That's one of the things about a hole that takes this severe of a dog leg is it kind of baits the players into trying for more than they really need.
100%. Man, if it gets past that, he's got a putt.
So this is what Emerson is left with after puring it down the tunnel. He actually went too far. and is forced to throw this kind of sharp Anheuser shot.
No kidding.
And that Frio just checks up right outside the circle. And I'm thinking, Luke, I really want to dunk this one for the 2.
What?
To get that on camera would have been pretty special.
You were 100% running that.
Yes.
You've given yourself a tricky putt now coming back, though. And that's a decision that you make. You know you're going to have it. If that was 2 feet higher, you may have rung it up. That's what happens to most of the good-looking shots, though. If they're headed towards the basket, there's a tree 2 feet away that's perfectly placed by nature.
Oh, you can hear him.
He said it. He needed that. He knows it. Dude, what a birdie. I mean, after that tee shot, most of the hard work was done, but after the run, you kind of had to hit that putt, so well done there.
It's not every day you take a 3 on this hole.
It is not. It used to be an eagle.
Yeah. It still kind of feels like one.
It's a deep breath. I know that. Nicky got himself into a little trouble off the tee box, takes the bogey there. You guys are now tied.
Yeah, I think I was 4 back of him at one point in the round.
Yeah, he came out hot. Headed into 15, what we like to call the Roy G hole. If you're familiar with Texas disc golf, especially Austin disc golf, you know Roy G. Beautiful course, green fairways like this with trees evenly spaced about. Just a beautiful disc golf hole, Perkins.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's really rare to have a lush green fairway in the woods. And this is a memorable hole. We have this dead pecan over here, kind of a signature mark as we approach this green. Just enough undulation on the green to make these putts really interesting. We see some rollaways here, and
yeah, those guardian trees short. You see an average putt of over 20 feet because of that, I think.
I mean, that flyover was from the spring, but this shot right here of Luke and Chandler, this is from January. And we've got green everywhere, including the grassy fairway. So really special hole.
Yeah, we're recording this day after the coverage, and it's supposed to be 80 degrees tomorrow, Perkins. Texas is a decent place to spend the offseason, to say the least. Luke Sampson hits a tree out the gate, kicks left, and then just a position play. It looked like he wasn't really trying to get aggressive, but he's got about 250 now to get up and down to save his par. Beautiful shot.
Slow down.
Looks like it's going in. It actually hits that tree, kicks backwards, leaves himself 26 feet for his par. This is Chandler's second shot. Nearly skipped it in, parking the hole for his birdie.
He knows how to score. That's for sure. He throws the forehand to the right side, chips the forehand up, and he's parked, and that's a good par putt right there.
Dude, huge par putt. I don't think Luke's the type of guy that's checking scores. He just knows he's on the chase card and needs every single one of them.
Okay.
Here we are back on 15. What are you going with?
This is a CD2.
All right. It's not a bad place to be up there on the right. Gets the full flight out of it. Really just can't be on the left. That's unlucky. Little high from Chris. Emerson going with the forehand.
I was a little surprised to see this shot, Luke. I was expecting Emerson to just kind of rope the backhand, and
yeah, we've known him for the explorer for the past how many years, such a good straight fairway driver. But maybe he doesn't have that yet in the bag.
And I think it could be just that, like he said, he's only had this Lone Star lineup for a few weeks, and he might not have the trust in that Frio or whatever the disc is to kind of pipe this tee shot.
Yeah.
Kind of leaning on his strengths in that forehand with that bayonet, but he bleeds it over on that left side, and he's going to be in a really tough spot.
Ooh, that was almost a beautiful anti-skid. And Chris going to be 250 feet out, trying to get up and down to save his par. I think this is the Frio maybe from Emerson. Oh, a beautiful little kiss. That's Circle's edge. I don't think he needed the kiss necessarily.
That was a pretty shot. That Frio's been flying nice for him.
Yeah. From an awkward straddle out stance, we see Mickey going left fairway to right fairway, or left rough to right rough, excuse me. We missed your tee shot, but
Yeah, pretty good spot. I've got an awkward little lie and kind of an awkward entrance into the green. I flip up this night strike and like 26 feet away, a little obstructed, but decent result from a tricky lie.
typical to see the forehand approaches being on that right side. I often find myself over there as well. It's a little hot and a little stable from Chris. That's a tricky place to putt from. A lot of low-hanging branches plus the uphill. It's very pinched. Display of good touch from Mickey. There we go. There we go. He's been so close all around on those 25 to 35 footers. It's good to see him put one down.
And this is where I could really start to feel the tension here. Emerson had just missed the previous putt. He knows where Luke Sampson is. He has a similar distance.
Wow, dude. Pounded that one in there.
And he hits it. Little left, great catch, but a great putt.
Yeah.
And, we didn't see his setup. He probably took 45 seconds to a minute on that putt.
Wow.
And the tension was just building.
Whoa, let's go.
How did that stay in?
Nice birdie from you. You know how it stayed in? That nose down that you've got working it these days. That's what Kevin Jones would have said.
Nice. But it's back to Emerson. He you can tell that he's seeding himself deep in every moment. He wants this win bad, and it's really cool when you see one of your competitors, or even if you're just a fan and you're watching disc golf. That's why we come to watch.
Yeah.
Is to feel that tension,
The passion and desire. Yeah. Well said. Hole 16. Another great hole here at the BEast. It's short at 283, but very technical. And again, we find our basket precariously placed on a mound. Chase card action now. You don't do it much better than that.
That was beautiful. They're having a great little battle here on the chase card.
Yeah, Chandler knows he needs it at this point.
This is awesome. I wish every tournament coverage could be like this, where we see multiple cards, and
It's a beautiful thing. Sampson in the way a little bit. That one kicks down to Circle's edge, low left. A beautiful shot from him. Not the best ground play. Here's the putt.
Wow.
Cash, dude. Dead center. Could have gone for another 5 feet on that line. So pretty. So confident. Knucks from his competitor.
gives it a second look there.
Yeah. So Chandler at 18, Emerson at 19, Luke at 20 now. That's the tree.
Yeah.
Trying to sneak it just inside that.
Yep. A little early out of the hand.
Is that Frio from Emerson?
And look at that release. That's just so clean.
Flips it on the hyzer.
That disc is flying great for him.
Dude, with all the pressure he's putting on himself at the moment, that was incredible execution. That is really good. Aims it at the left side and just slow drifts it down the right.
I believe that's a Mustang from mid.
Yeah, very straight flying mid-range.
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing Mason Ford throw some of their lineup.
Yeah, big pickup in the off-season. Mason Ford switching from dynamic discs. Not a bad little redirection. Oh, that looked so good.
Oh, I love that pot too.
I did too, Nate.
If you want to go ahead.
Yeah, I liked it. A little high. Good thing it didn't roll. A good birdie. Chris, after a really pretty turnover mid-range shot.
Yeah. The backhand reaction into this hill is not usually favorable. And as it's coming in, I just hold my breath watching, wondering what's going to happen. Roots kick left down into these trees or whatever, so you just never know on this one.
Really cool. Emerson just switched to Lone Star, and now he's chasing down a win here at this B-tier event.
Dude.
Throwing his disc to Frio all over the place.
2 holes left. Big hole right here. Used to be a par 5, Nate.
Yeah, it used to be a par 5. It has 2 pretty serious dog legs, both to the right. It is a memorable 3.
Yeah,
it's one of those. It's one of those holes where when your card mate threes it, everyone on the card remembers exactly how, and then the stories get told, and it's like, remember that time Luke threw the M3 turnover?
Yeah.
Remember when Bradley Williams did a T-bird from like way back? Like, it's a special hole.
That's just a putter from Chandler.
Oh, and that is not what he's looking for.
No, that took a huge right skip.
And to hit the hill like that too, he threw slower.
Yeah.
Interesting. And Luke's going faster here. He's looking for a lot of hyzer, and he wants it to flip up a bit.
Dude, he clipped every tree down the left side. None of them enough to redirect it too much, and ended up all the way down there. You can see his disc left and screen tucked up on that tree.
Oh, and Chandler's in a bad spot. That's where you want to get in off the tee shot, and Luke is in a great spot over here on this left side. Just enough room to throw the flick.
Dude, a beautiful shot from Luke. If it had pushed forwards a little more, gotten up the hill, he'd have had a chance. He's about 55 now.
Does Chandler have tape? He has tape on his throwing fingers. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. That was a great tree.
Going inside the tree that he intended to go outside of. There's the look from Luke Sampson. Not much to do.
Almost looked like a layup. I guess we didn't see the full setup.
I think it was, honestly.
Okay.
The setup was very short.
Interesting. I wonder if he had checked scores up until this point.
It's a very windy green. We've kind of made our way through the woods now, and this is the entry back into the open.
So they're tied, right? They're both at 20.
Yep.
That's correct.
Yep.
Emerson kind of straightens this chupacabra out just a little bit too much, and that's a tough spot to get up and down from.
He's got the flex forehand to get back on top of the hill, though. Give himself a chance. Chris goes to that forehand just a little straight. If it beats that tree, I think it would have skipped back into play. You're going forehand as well, no surprise. Great play here.
Yeah, this is my most understable FD3, and I really want a little flip up because I want to throw it hard at the back wall on hyzer and get exactly that ground play right there. That's a perfect spot to try and attack.
A+. That's premier. Beautiful shot from you. Two of the hardest tee shots, the most crucial tee shots on this course, you have filleted.
Yeah, it's been a fun day playing on this lead card here in Waco. We'll be back here in just a couple months, I guess.
Matter of months, yeah. Just a position play down the middle. That's smart. You cannot get aggressive on this hole. It does not work. If you're out of position, you do not do anything but stay in the fairway. Trust me. Trust me. Just trust me.
This bayonet from Emerson. Tough footing, and it just drifted a little bit more than he wanted to. And
terrible redirection. Kind of high on that hill. Maybe 120 away from the basket. That's a really awkward place to be. All right, you're trying to flip something up. Oh, and you've done it. Oh, so good. Stays out there in the open, just outside the circle.
Yeah, 42 feet or so I was really exactly where I was hoping to land. Honestly, you can't get too much closer with a forehand.
Right.
You really need to kind of trust a backhand turnover into the green if you want to park it.
Yeah, trust the putt. Why is it interesting that he's going forehand here?
Yeah, it was a touchier line for sure, and he executes it well.
Yeah. Little nose up from Mickey, fading out early, and it's a tricky putt from there. You've got a tree in your way. We'll see what he has.
Oh, this is a tough spot, Luke.
No, but this is his best option. Back through the trees, not using all that space high left of him. Must be bad. Oh, he clips right away, too. Clips again. That's not terrible, though.
Yeah, just outside the circle.
Yeah. Little Anheuser putt.
Yeah, I've got a little bush in front of me. It kind of forced me to go on Annie.
Let's go. You're stoked about that one.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped to get a 3 on this. It's really rare to 3 that one and the
15
previous, in the same round, but
14, excuse me.
Yeah, the numbers are all. We've played this course in so many different formats at this point. Yeah. This putt is huge right here. This is for safe par.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, he's going through full routines on these last few putts. Shout out to your grandpa right there. Wow. Oh, and now the bikers and the walkers. After all of that, the most distracting thing of all.
No, I hate to see it, man.
Dude, a bogey. And the thing about the way they're playing right now is hole 18 is very easy to 3 and very hard to do almost anything else.
Yeah, it's a really demanding eagle and not that demanding of a birdie. Exactly. You've got to count it basically for Luke. And so Emerson, he kind of knew. He knew that he had to make that if he wanted to push into a playoff with Samson, and
he's got a chance to eagle. No, it's not a good chance, but
people have done it.
Yeah, Ezra's parked it. I've actually thrown.
Colton did it when he won
exactly with a PD
with a 10 speed. Yeah, so
amazing. You got to hit this gap though. Mando on the right side. A lot of people forehand left into this open area, but Emerson's not going to have that. He's going to have to go hard up the middle if he wants any chance at this too. Like we said, it's an easy 3. Needs to be. I think we're gonna get some chase card coverage though. Let's jump back. Let's see how Luke Sampson's playing this thing.
Looks like he's attacking up the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of a conservative shot out into the open.
Right. It actually gets a huge skip and comes within about a meter of going out of bounds.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Way over there on the left side.
Yeah, there's no flags, but there was still just enough of a headwind to
Chandler,
make you think.
Yeah, not looking like he's going to take home the win today, but I mean, he just filleted that.
That was pretty.
Way up there.
I like that a lot. That line is fun. Zach Johnson showed me that line, I guess, 8 years ago at this point, and it's one of my favorites to try and throw on the course now.
Yeah, just a whammy hawk, as Zach says. All right, so Luke threw one up there. He's got about 12 feet left for his birdie.
To move to 21.
And force Emerson to eagle.
Chandler moving to 18. Yeah, that wasn't a gimme right there.
No, it wasn't. And at this point, he really doesn't know.
Okay.
Emerson is probably taking that bogey about the same time. So he taps in, he checks scores, he finds out Emerson. Look at this thing, dude. That is huge from you, way out into the open. I mean, you've made that hole super simple.
Yeah, it's a fun line to throw. I didn't hit it quite as clean as Chandler, but made the gap, and and Chris Harris finds that tree and kicks right. He hasn't made the Mando yet, so.
All right, here it is. We need a big one from Emerson. He's got to get it too if he wants it. Wow.
No, and he's getting that stable warbird to flip up and even turn a little bit, and that is a crush into a slight headwind.
That's like 80 feet.
It was a big shot.
Yeah, maybe 70 feet. He'll be jump putting.
First birdie in 34 years.
It's still a Hail Mary for Emerson, but he's at least gotten himself into position to throw it.
Oh, and we can kind of see that there's a bit of a crowd kind of gathering at the green. You know, there's live scoring here. People are checking the scores, and everyone's gathering to watch Emerson finish and see how it unfolds. It's pretty cool.
Has a great community here in Waco that extends a little south to Austin, a little north to Dallas. It accumulates a lot of Texas disc golfers.
And you gave a shout out to my granddad, Jim Perkins. My dad invited my family out. We had 7 Perkins on the course at one time, Luke. They came to watch me play.
That's a lot of Perkins.
And it's just really special, man. Disc golf has been the greatest gift of my life, I would say.
It's a beautiful thing, as is that. Nicely done from Mickey, that his last shot of the event. He can hold his head high. Yeah, he got a lot of birdies this round, put himself in a good position. A lot to be said for that guy in his future, but Emerson Keith now needs this putt to push into a playoff. High bid.
Oh. Man, what an effort.
18 inches long.
Yeah, it's interesting to see him go to a straddle for such a long bid, right?
Yeah, that must be something he's been doing lately.
That's really impressive to get that distance on a straddle spin putt like that.
Indeed.
Because that's kind of that awkward distance. I throw that distance. I mean, I know some, Gannon, Cole Redolin, some people are putting that distance, but I'm like kind of tossing it, like a Greg or like a Bradley Williams kind of style.
Yeah.
Emerson jump putting from a straddle was impressive and goes long on that bid. But what a great tournament from him. First one was Lone Star Disc.
Yeah,
I think he averaged like 10:35 or something.
Yeah. He's obviously disappointed in the moment.
All right, I'm here with 2023 Straddle the Brazos champion, Luke Sampson. Was that a 12 under round?
Yes, sir.
Coming in hot to take it from Chase Card, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does that all feel?
It felt good. Practice been paying off. I started the off season right now, and I know most people haven't even got theirs going yet. And I've been lifting weights, throwing frisbees every day, and just trying to keep pushing. And I know momentum is something that it's real when you kind of let it be, and I'm just trying to keep it rolling. So I've been playing as much as I can and trying to stay hungry.
You took down a huge Silver Series win to start the offseason. Now you back it up with a win, a B tier to start the 2023 season, man. That's a pretty good start. It's reminiscent of Kevin Jones 2020. He won a couple B tiers in Arkansas and then springboarded himself into a tour champion. What do you think you have in store for yourself here in 2023?
I'm a very superstitious person. All I can say for 2023 is I'm giving my all.
Yeah.
And I know that I have what it takes. So
Right on.
I'm going to give my all.
Do you want to say anything to anybody?
Mom and Dad, Castaplast, I love y'all. Everybody that supports me, I really appreciate it. Everybody that's bought a disc off my website. That really goes a long way. And anybody that comes up to me, I had a bunch of kids following and watching today. That's really big. I love seeing that and interacting with that. That's what I like to thank the most.
A true man of the people. Congratulations, Luke Sampson.
Thank you.
Awesome to see. It's happening for the best guy, too. He put in the work, and it's paying off. Luke Sampson.
I love that guy. He's
Same.
so awesome, man. It's great to see him. He said he called everyone out, Luke. He said, I know a lot of people haven't even started their off season, but I started mine yesterday. I've been working out. I've been throwing frisbees, and he has. He's telling the truth.
Yeah, he's not lying. No days off. Congratulations to him, and thanks for watching, you guys. This has been the 2023 Straddle the Brazos, brought to you guys by Dynamic Discs and also Lone Star Discs. Thank you for being a part of this. We actually caught the women's FPO playoff, which we are also going to be releasing. So if you want to check out some good FPO coverage, jump over there. We'll have it out soon. Again, for Luke Humphries and Nate Perkins, we'll see you next time.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the GK Pro production of the Straddle the Brazos event. Luke, it was great to commentate with you, man. I am giving away an Upper Park bag of your choice. All you have to do is be subscribed to the GK Pro YouTube channel and go follow Perks of Disc Golf and Upper Park Disc Golf on Instagram. Bag of your choice. I've been rocking the Rebel bag, but they just released a couple new colorways, so